Good morning, children. Let us study chapter number 11, Mensuration, part 2, that is exercise 11.2. We very well know what is a trapezium. In a trapezium, two sides are parallel and two sides are not parallel. Now, look at this trapezium in figure 11.2. Can you see that this trapezium can be divided into a rectangle and a triangle? A quadrilateral, that is AECB, and a triangle DCE. Now, we know that area of triangle is half into base into height, and area of rectangle is length into breadth. Okay. Now you can see, to find out the area of this trapezium, we can add area of rectangle and area of triangle. So look here, area of triangle, area of ABDE is half into base into height plus base into height. So we can take height common and the formula becomes height into sum of parallel sides upon 2. So now you remember that whenever you need to find area of trapezium, you will use the formula half into the sum of the parallel sides into the distance between them. So try these, divide the area into 3 parts, and you can again see, go through the try these once. You should understand it once. If there's any query, you can ask me. Okay, now in do this, again you have to draw trapezium WXYZ on a graph paper, cut it out. Okay, then you have to draw, take the midpoint of side XY, say point A, join ZA. Now cut through ZA. Okay, cut the triangle AYZ and place it on, look, as it is shown in figure 11.7. Place it in front of side AX. So you see it becomes a bigger triangle. Now you know how to find the area of the triangle WZB. It is half into height into base, which is WB. So this XB is nothing but whatever we had cut, YZ. Okay, so it is the same thing. If you compare both the formula, you will find out it is the same thing, half into sum of parallel sides into height. So this is the proof of the formula of area of trapezium. Now in this try these, you have to find area of these two trapeziums. Now go to area of a general quadrilateral. Here we'll keep in mind a general formula for area of any quadrilateral. It is half into the length of the diagonal into sum of the heights. Okay, H1 plus H2. Now remember this general formula for quadrilateral. Now see, try these. You try it once. We'll come back to it later. Now area of special quadrilaterals. Go to example number 2. Children, you have to do this solved examples in your notebook. Okay, with the proper heading. Like in area of trapezium, you will be doing 2 sums of try these. Then in area of a general quadrilateral, you will be solving example 1. Now in area of special quadrilaterals, you will be solving example 2, as well as you will be doing try these. Going ahead with area of polygon. As you know, polygon can have any number of sides. So we need to divide it into area for which we can find, okay, we need to divide it into shapes for which we can find the area. Now look here, page number 176. Try these. Divide the following polygons into parts, that is triangles and trapezium, and then find out its area. Okay, so look at the first polygon, that is FGHIE. So here, while joining the vertices F and I, what are we getting? We are getting one triangle, okay, but FGHI is again a quadrilateral, not a quadrilateral. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, a quadrilateral, but it is not a trapezium. Okay, so again we will draw a perpendicular from E to this side FI, and we will again draw a perpendicular from H to side FI. So now you have height and base, and you can find area of triangle FEI, and FI is the diagonal of the polygon EFGHI. Okay, similarly, see the other polygon MNOPQR. After joining the vertices N and Q, we get NQ as the diagonal. Okay, you don't have to solve these two sums, you just have to divide it. Now see the second and third sum. Here the measurement is also given. So here you need to find the area of polygon ABCDE and area of polygon MNOPQR. Okay, so by substituting the value, first find out area of triangle AFB, and then area of trapezium FBCH, then again area of triangle CHD, add them, and then again we can find out area of the bigger triangle ADE. Add all the four areas and you will get the area of polygon ABCDE. Now moving ahead, area of polygon MNOPQR. It is similar to the second one. You can do it on your own. Okay, even these three solved examples, try it. Okay, you have to do it in your notebook. Now let us divide exercise 11.2 into two parts. Look at exercise 11.2 first sum. The shape of the top surface of a table is a trapezium. Find its area if parallel sides are 1 meter and 1.2 meter and perpendicular distance between them is 0.8 meter. So all the three quantities are given. You just have to substitute it in the formula of area of trapezium. That is half into sum of parallel sides into height. And you will get the answer in square meter. Okay. Now look, second sum. In second sum, area of trapezium is given, that is 34 centimeter square. Length of one of the parallel side is given, that is 10 centimeter. And height is given 4 centimeter. And we need to find length of the other parallel side. So area first divided by 4, then multiplied by 2. Whatever you get, subtract 10 from it and you will get the length of the other parallel side. Now question number 3, length of the fence of the trapezium shaped field ABCD is 120 meter. So what do we have? We have perimeter of the trapezium. If BC is 48, CD is 17 and AD is 40. Find the area of this field. Side AB is perpendicular to side parallel sides AD and BC. So AB is the height in between the parallel sides AD and BC. Can you find AB, children? When all the perimeter is given and three sides are given, try to think how you will find the length of AB. Okay, now fourth sum. The diagonal of a quadrilateral shaped field is 24 meters. Okay, diagonal is given and the perpendiculars are given of both the triangles, which is 8 meter and 13 meter. So to find the area of the field, we'll find out the area of these two triangles and add them. Okay, this one is really very easy. Now the diagonal of a rhombus. Draw a rhombus. Okay. Now draw a diagonal 7.5 centimeter and 12 centimeter. Now utilizing the properties of a rhombus, you should remember the diagonals are perpendicular bisector of each other. They are perpendicular. So using this property, you will find out the side of rhombus. And you know all the sides of rhombus are equal. Okay. I want children that you should try these 5 sums on your own. And today we will not have Google Meet. But on Wednesday, we will have Google Meet and I will solve your doubts for these first 5 sums. And if any of the solved examples, if you are not able to understand, I will solve it. Okay. And remaining 5, 6 sums, we will do it in Google Meet on Wednesday. So be prepared. Try to do it once. You can give it a try. Read the sum, whatever you can do. Think at least once how to do it. So by Wednesday, we'll finish exercise 11.2. Today there is no early bird competition. So just complete your book till sum number 5. Okay. Bye children. Enjoy your day. Thank you.